Indonesia's Korean island. Did you know Koreans live in Indonesia?
What? That's crazy. I like how the title says "The Truth the Media Missed," as if like it's like a travel vlog title all of a sudden. For some reason, all the travel vlogs title with the media.
I mean, I'm super surprised that Koreans live in Indonesia with how excited Indonesian vlog viewers get when Koreans come to Indonesia.
That's true. That's true at all. What about the people who are already living there? They're not special anymore.
They can just watch videos about them living in Indonesia right there. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not do it? But yeah, we're gonna check this out. This is a really random video. I mean, it's the truth the media missed, but we're gonna see what it's like. If you guys enjoy, make sure to subscribe. Let us know more Indonesia stuff because we need it bad in the comments. Let us know,
Yes.
please.
Suggestions and reactions,
Please.
please.
Let's jump into it. Here we go.
Indonesia, they speak Indonesian, but they
Yes.
write using Latin letters because reasons. But that, in fact, does not hold true for all of Indonesia, and that's our story today. In the vast Indonesian archipelago exists an island called, and give me a second here, Buton Island. And on that island, they speak a language called the Chia language. And the Chia language, like many indigenous languages in Indonesia, didn't have any formal writing system to write out their language. That is, until 2008, where for some reason, and get this, some Korean linguists showed up and said, you need hangul. And then the Chia were like, what is hangul? And apparently that was all they needed, because right after that, they created a modified hangul writing system just for the
Interesting.
Chia and has been taught to them since 2008,
Why
which is
specifically that
undoubtedly
island?
really, really cool.
I don't
But
know.
also begs the question, why hangul? Because when I tried reading up on it, I got even more confusing. Because the main argument is that hangul can better represent the sounds in Chia. But as we've seen with countless other languages like Vietnamese or Turkish, the Latin script is extremely adaptable for novel sounds. And on top of that, the Chia already have to learn the Latin script in school anyways for
Oh, weird.
Indonesian. So would it not just be far simpler for the whole community just to use a modified Latin script instead? But it's there when I realized there's a much more logical reason for Hangul's adoption.
They like K-pop.
안녕하세요.
하나, 둘, 셋. Yeah, that's the reason. Watch.
Instead of Latin. And I think that's marketing. Because in our
K-pop,
modern
see?
world, everything is given a value. And it may be hard for the Chia to garner not only external interest in the needs of their people and language, but also internal interest with maybe its youth. So with the recent popularity of Korean culture,
K-pop.
Are you kidding me? Is it actually K-pop?
That's crazy.
Koreans are like, hey, we can sell the K-pop to this little island. This is it.
Yeah,
it was actually
slightly easier for them to learn, I guess.
it was actually JYP. It was the man that came to the
Yes.
island,
They called him the JY Poppy of the island, Bhutan.
and now he's the king. By the way, the king of Bhutan Island in Indonesia, and the king of everyone's hearts, including ours.
Especially ours.
introducing Hangul to the Chia is actually a really brilliant and smart way to garner interest in Chia. Because whether it was intentional or not, that is the very reason why we're talking about them right now.
Yeah, that's true
because
too.
it's novel and interesting. And it reminds us that some languages have it really, really tough. And there are still definitely hundreds of languages all across the world whose stories we might never know. Not because they don't exist, but simply because they didn't win the popularity contest. Even Chia faced a ton of issues when establishing their Hangul program. For example, and brace yourselves for this quote, from a Korean university official who was involved in the Chia Hangul program. And I quote, "What made the education process more difficult was cultural differences between the Korean teacher and the students, on which I will not go into details because I don't want to offend the Chia tribe." Like, what the
Okay.
that is just one example. We could only speculate what other challenges or maybe prejudice they had to and still face internally. But despite adversity, they've continued to push on with the project for years now, for the sake of their language, their culture, and their identity.
Very interesting.
So, the next time you write something out in your language, think about the people like the modern Chia who
I
helped
will.
give your language
Every time.
Every
voice it has
every time.
on not only your lips, also in your hands. Thanks for watching. And before I go,
It's
nothing
very
about this
Johnny
is sponsored,
Harris.
by the way, but if you want
It
to
is.
help support language communities just like the Chia Chia, I left a bunch of links in the description so you can donate or at least educate yourself about great stories just like this one. All right. I
Why
promise that's
High
it.
Valyrian is
I'll see you guys
ancient
next time.
Egyptian?
I really,
Interesting.
really appreciate all this support.
We're on
Bye-bye.
some Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, that's an interesting video. It's very. I still don't. I mean, if his only reason for that is marketing,
It's definitely not intentional in the beginning that it was marketing. It's probably.
what?
I don't know. I couldn't even presume because he kind of presumed in his thing as well. But there could have been so many reasons.
yeah, it doesn't make much sense for Koreans. I mean, I assume he didn't say anything about how many people live on that island, but it didn't look very big.
No, and that's some of the lesser populated areas, I would assume. Let's see the
So-
population of that island.
You would think the Koreans are just doing it for some like publicity stunt, but who knows?
Oh gosh.
Very random.
I ended up searching up the population of the country Bhutan.
Oh, come on. What's the population?
100K. 700K of Bhutan country. 100K
Okay.
of the island.
So it's like a medium-sized city. It'd be a small city in like Indonesia, and then the Koreans were like, "All right, let's go make this entire island speak or use our script."
It had to have been just
So
like
odd.
a team of like random people that were like, let's try this or something. I don't know.
So odd. You think that would make it infinitely harder for that island to participate in the global society?
Yes. Yeah. That all of a sudden they're speaking the language of like around 70 to 100 million people, or the script of 70 to 100 million people versus the Latin script, which is probably close to like 3 million or 3 billion. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, easily. And the amount of people that in other countries that also use the Latin script is probably even
Yeah.
more. So, interesting. Very interesting video. Very interesting situation. I guess now our next vlog in Indonesia will be called "We went to Indonesia's Korean island."
Let's see what there is to do on Bhutan. Wikipedia. There isn't a tourist section.
It's probably a beach somewhere.
There's
No
gotta be a
waterfall.
dang beach. Let's see the first picture. Yeah, the first picture is of a beach.
All right, guys, if you want us to go to Indonesia's Korean island, let us know in the comments below on our vlog channel, TriFit Lifestyle. Link in the description. We'll be going there soon.
Kamsahamnida.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.